And there he is, our resident rock hound, our master designer, the one and only Jay King. We have 2 great hours of Mind Finds coming up next right here on HSN. Thanks so much for hanging out with us. My name is Sarah, and I can't wait to take you shopping. It's better than a Black Friday deal here at HSN. What does that mean? That means free shipping on everything in Jay's collection. That means 5 flex pay on everything we have in the show, and that all ends at midnight. It's his final 2 hours of the visit. We've got a lot to talk about, tons of new, a little clearance shopping at the end of the show. But first, I want to introduce you to a brand new Hubei necklace. If you've been following one of the most highly sought after, one of the most incredibly rare and intensely collected turquoise stones of the year, here it is. It's Hubei. It has this wonderful, unique fingerprint, distinctive shades of the blues and the greens and the browns and the blacks. It's rare, it's vintage, it's from Jay's private collection. We have a beautiful necklace, we have the bracelet, and we have the earrings for you. All brand new tonight. It is one of the last remaining roughs from Jay's private collection. There will not be any Hubei turquoise in 2021. So I'd love for you to shop that one early. Get that home on 5 flex pay and free shipping. And then take a look at one of the most sparkling and enticing gemstones I've ever fallen for, and it's called Tiger's Eye. If you love that flash, if you love that wink, if you love that chatoyancy, it's an extraordinary crystal that always looks like it's winking and blinking at you. It catches the light beautifully. It's got all these shades of golden browns, and it comes with the rondelles, the freeform faceted beads. It is at a sale price. It's the lowest price we've ever offered, down to $99.59. You can also add on the matching earrings. But I can't wait to take you on this exotic tour to all these wonderful locations of unusual stones, rare stones, brand new Mind Finds. But we're gonna kick off this hour with a smart deal. In fact, this is always an incredible find for limited time only at a one-day opportunity buy. Look at all the different ways you can wear this necklace. It comes in 5 segments. Maybe you could match it to 5 bracelets. You can get the look of a choker and 3 bracelets. You also could do this, get the look of a short necklace and 2 bracelets, or 1 medium necklace and 1 bracelet, or look 5, a choker and a longer necklace, or you can do 1 full-length necklace. How cool is this? How can you do it? Because it is a convertible necklace, the first ever of its kind here at HSN, a brand new Mind Find, an HSN exclusive, and we've got some great colored gemstones for you to choose from. But I want you to know it is our final presentation of this smart deal. And if you want to lock in this look, this price, this versatility, this incredible wardrobe builder, it's here today at our smart deal price, $24 a month to get it home, free shipping and handling. So let me walk you through our gemstone choices. Here's the black spinel. I absolutely love this black gemstone. It's got the sparkle, it's got that radiance, it's got that wonderful glossy black finish. I'm telling you, if you don't have a black necklace, this is the bomb. It's so beautiful. Here are the magnetic stations, and we'll talk about how those work. So you can create so many different looks out of the same necklace. So that's the black spinel. Next up, we have the beautiful pink thulite. Isn't this pretty? It's almost like a cranberry color, a soft berry pink. That's the pink thulite. Next, we have the beautiful amethyst. You'll notice both the black spinel and the amethyst are all faceted rondelles. So they have that extra little flash, those beautiful faceted edges that catch the light so beautifully. There's one more choice, and that is the moonstone. Isn't this beautiful? So that is our most limited color choice. It's a fabulous looking moonstone. But each of these come with 5 different segments. Each one has a magnetic clasp, so you can open it and close it very easily. I'll just show you a quick close-up how that works. So you can create your very own masterpiece. You can take off 1 segment and it turns into a bracelet. You can use the remaining segment, voila, it turns into a necklace. Endless possibilities. I want to introduce you to Jay King because he's got a lot to talk about. We'll have matching earrings for you as well. Jay, this has to be the smartest deal I think you've ever done. I think it's so incredible how you came up with this. Good to see you, Jay. Welcome to the show.
It's always fun working with you. I've been looking forward to today to do this, not only for the smart deal, but to work with you. I always have a lot of fun.
Oh, this is going to be a great show, Jay. Tell us how you came up with this brilliant idea. Well, one necklace, 5 different segments, so you can create your own look.
You know, we actually developed this idea, and we've done it in, this is the first time we've ever done this particular finding and these materials. This, you know, as far as a smart deal, just like everything that I have, everything has a story. This originally started out to be a Today Special, right? Because it's so special. We got into it and then we realized there's no way we're going to be able to do what we need to do. We're not going to be able to do the quantity. So we went ahead and made it today's smart deal. And I say this, and I say this wholeheartedly, okay? Today, and these have been very popular. Lynn and I started it yesterday. We sold the lion's share of them yesterday. We sold a big chunk of them. This, as far as a deal, as a smart deal, is exactly what it is. This is a totally smart deal. As far as value, it's ridiculous. It's incredible. We're the only ones that have this. This is my design. Well, I don't say, it's not really it's our design. I mean, it's something that we created, we came up with. This finding here that you're seeing right here, okay, that's our finding. You can't go buy that anywhere. No other manufacturer has that. We actually developed this. We put this together. I was doing, originally when I started doing these kind of designs, I was using a turquoise bead, and then I had magnets in there. And so the turquoise had to blend into the design. But I was really limited on size. And I couldn't go down to like an 8mm or 6mm size because I didn't feel the magnet would be secure enough. And so we got together, we engineered this so that they actually, the magnets, when they fit together, this is a sterling silver finding. It's actually a literally finding that we custom make that actually makes this where it works, right? Where they fit together, it's strong. You don't have to worry about them coming apart. You don't have to worry about them falling off. And they're also sterling silver, they're decorative. But here's what's so cool about this, right? Think about this. You're making one purchase. Look at all the different ways that you can wear this and accessorize it. And I'm
so
telling
much
you,
fun. I'm having so much fun. You know what, Jay? I feel like a jewelry designer. I feel like you did all the work and I get to take all the credit. Look how much fun this is. I want to walk you through this, and then I'm going to give you some updates on the colors. So you have all these great little segments. Each necklace is 5 different segments. And here's what you get. You're going to get 2 that are 8 inches in length. You're going to receive 2 that are 8¼ inch in length, and you're going to get 1 that's 7½ inches in length. So they're all very similar, but it's nice to have a little variety so you can create the perfect custom length for either a necklace or the bracelets. So you can either go with one long necklace that could be 40 inches in length, but let's say you want to take 8 inches off. You take off the top segment. I'm going to set that aside. Voila, now I have a shorter necklace, still long, and 1 bracelet. Let's say you want a shorter necklace. You can take off another segment. You can do a shorter look in the necklace, and now you have not 1, but you have 2 bracelets to wear. Now, here's an even bigger and better idea. Jay, what do you think if you bought more than 1 of these today, because it's such a great value? And I know everyone's definitely going to want to reserve the black spinel because that is the sparkle, that is that beautiful, elegant, and sophisticated and classy stone. You could mix and match, could you? Could you mix up your segments?
They're all interchangeable, all 4 of them, because the finding will all interchange. And the beads are the same size bead.
And look at that, you don't even have to, you don't have to fuss with a little clasp or a little finding. You can take them on and off with ease. Now we've got the moonstone on Miss Victoria, which just looks stunning. I want to give you an update on the moonstone. That could be the very first to sell out. We have fewer than 300. 300 of you can get the moonstone. Talk to us about the moonstone, Jay.
Okay, this is a brand new mine find that we discovered in India. I found this actually a year and a half ago. It's one of the few materials I've ever actually got out of India. You know, the blue opal that we released 2 years ago was the very first material I ever got that was actually mined in India. You know, you have so many materials that people, when you ask where is it from, they say India when we first initially see the material. And I always tell them, no, where's it mined? Because we want to go right to the mine. We want to go right to source. And then when they say India, there's very few things that are actually mined in India. The Indians, they're known as traders. And so this is actually a brand new mine find. It's a fabulous moonstone. I've never really used moonstone a lot in my line. I've had it every now and then, and I usually use it as accent pieces. I really don't do full necklaces normally. But I just thought this was such an incredible, incredible rough material that I just couldn't get away without it. Do you know what's really fun with this, though? Did you notice when you're demonstrating this and you're playing with it, even when you were taking the segments off and then you just picked up the bracelets and said, I have the bracelets, they had already found themselves.
Right.
They automatically, if you put them on the table.
You can do this blindfolded.
If you lay them on the table, take the segments, they'll automatically make into a bracelet. It's really cool how that's how strong these magnets are.
I love this idea.
They're not so strong that you can't pull them apart. But you know, like what you're doing right now, okay, when I first got here, yesterday, and I was getting set up for the show because I'm at Lou's studio down the street, and I was here, and Kelly, she always, anytime she picks something out, I'm going to run everything by her, because every time Kelly Caputo, every time she picks something out, that means it's a winner. She really has, and she says, that is so incredibly cool. But when I was setting it up, I was playing with the amethyst one, and then I realized I've been playing with it for 15 minutes, taking it apart, putting it together.
Look how pretty that amethyst is.
With it.
And remember,
and you know what?
These are genuine gemstones.
Use this over and over.
You can have endless possibilities. These are all genuine gemstones. If you're new to Mine Finds, if you're new to Jay King, he's been with us for over 25 years at HSN, and all these gemstones are all natural, and most of them are untreated. So you are not getting dyed or imitation stones. They're not fake, they're not faux, they're not glass, they're not plastic. You're getting a 40-inch necklace. I mean, just for the price for a 40-inch necklace for under $120 would be a great find. But the fact that this 40-inch necklace can also be 5 bracelets, could also be 1 long necklace and 1 bracelet, or 2 shorter necklaces and a bracelet, or endless opportunities, I think really makes this one of the best values you will ever find. It is a true smart deal. They're always here for a limited time only, so let me encourage you, for even thinking about the moonstone, you've got to jump in and reserve yours now. We have 250 remaining in the moonstone. The most popular is black spinel, and I really want you to see this incredible sparkle of this stone, because not all black stones are created equal. Black spinel, it really gives you that beautiful, radiant, glossy, high polished finish. And because the black spinel and the amethyst are faceted, look at the sparkle. Look at how it pops. Look at how you get all those little radiant reflections of light that they just really almost like little bubbles of champagne. They almost dance like diamonds when they're around your neckline. Black will go with everything. That's why I really want to encourage you to get definitely one of the black spinel, because voila, look at this. I'm going to change my mood. I'm going to change my mind. I'd rather have a black spinel bracelet. Well, no problem. So I'm going to put this one back here, because maybe I want a slightly shorter necklace. Look how much fun you're going to have with this. You're going to just be so wild and crazy about this. So now I'm going to do a shorter necklace. You can see there, and then you can adjust to have those magnetic stations throughout. And then I'm going to put on the bracelet. Now look at this. I don't have to think about it. The magnets just find each other. So black spinel, very, very popular. Let's look at this pink thulite and tell us about this beautiful, gorgeous, kind of almost like a raspberry color stone. Jay?
And this is natural thulite. And this material is very, very special. There's only one location that I'm aware of in the entire world. This comes from a farm in Norway, and it's the Norwegian national stone. As far as I know, the only place that you can see it is in Norway, and the only deposit that I'm aware of, and the only connection I have, is that particular connection. And what's really amazing with this in this thulite, if you think about this is how rare it is. I found this initially. I met the miner in Tucson about 5 years ago. For about a 3-year period, we had the total exclusive on this material. This is all the top grade material. They actually mine this, they harvest it in the middle of this farm, and it's surrounded by a swamp. And so they literally have to walk in, they carry, it's all done by hand. They carry all the hand tools in. I think the biggest piece of equipment that they have on site is a wheelbarrow. That's the biggest equipment. And we have photos of them, and, you know, actually where they go in. It's a 2-month project every summer. When the weather permits, they go in, they hand harvest this, and then they can't get it out. The only way they could get it out would be either backpack it, but what they do is they put it in these big lift baskets, and they take a helicopter, and it comes in one day a year. They bring the helicopter in, they have these lift baskets, these hoist baskets, they load it up, and they hoist it out of the swamp and back over onto a roadway where they can get a truck to it, where they can, you know, take it to the where we get it from, where they take it and put it on a truck that goes to a container, and then it's shipped to us at our lapidary shop. So, I mean, even the process of even getting the thulite is not something that's common. You just don't see it. The amethyst, this is Zambian amethyst, and I have to tell you, okay, this is all hand select material. This is the best of the amethyst rough material that we get. This is Zambian amethyst, and okay, this is the size of the Zambian amethyst normally. These small sizes, these big crystals right here. This is all the natural crystals, and there's nothing done to these. Okay, this is just how it comes out of the ground. All I've done is just actually washed it off. This is how they come out of the ground. I've just cleaned the crystals off. That's all I've done to it. I haven't polished them. You can see. Now we've taken this material, then we've cut it, and then we hand fasten it all. And then of course you have the black spinel, which this is from Thailand. And here's the thing with black spinel. This material doesn't usually come in big crystals. They're very, very small. It's very, very hard. But you know, my wife actually says, you know, she's the one that encourages me to do things like this. She said, everyone needs a black necklace. You need something black. And that's right there, that's the shot. That's the natural black spinel. That's how it comes out of the ground. That's actually the same nuggets that we cut this out of. That's the crystals that we actually cut that necklace from. That's how it all starts out, just like that, and they're cut from there. And then the last, we showed you that moonstone, which is a brand new mine find. This is, and we also faceted that. The only necklace that's not faceted is the thulite, and the thulite really, it looks better polished. It doesn't really take a facet really well. It doesn't look that great. So you've got a selection of 4 different colors. I love the fact that you brought up, with this, think about this, okay, for the price of this, okay, for the price of this, normally we don't even sell a 40-inch necklace with 1 sterling silver hook and eye finding for this. You're getting 5 different, you can make 5 different bracelets, or you can make all these different combinations. We showed you 6 ways you can do it. I'm telling you, if you start playing with this, you'll go beyond 6 really quick, right?
I'd love to show that.
We just couldn't sit there and do like 20 of them and do the animation. But I just want to tell you, this is something that's not going to sit in your jewelry box, right?
No.
It's not something, you're always constantly going to be using it, you're going to be wearing it. So that's what makes it a smart deal. It really is something basic that almost everybody should have in their jewelry case, their jewelry armory there, you know, is to have at least one of these. But at this price, they're very affordable, especially with the terms. I always tell everybody, don't break the bank, don't break your budget. But this is something that is a smart deal. It's an incredible design. And I'm telling you, you'll find yourself using them over and over and over again.
Everyone's getting that 40-inch length, but then you can have some fun. 5 different segments, that means it could be 5 different bracelets. Maybe you're not in the mood to wear a necklace. You've got 5 bracelets to wear. Or you could do a choker and 3 bracelets. Or you could do a longer necklace and 2 bracelets. You could do a medium necklace and 1 bracelet. You could do a choker and a short necklace. You could do 2 necklaces if you want. Or of course you can go for that full length necklace, which is a full 40-inch length with all those different segments all together. Here's another fantastic idea. If you're able to do more than 1, and again, of course, if you're able to do that today, maybe you love the moonstone and you love the black spinel together, you can go ahead and you could mix and match in the same necklace. Maybe you want to alternate black spinel with moonstone. So I'm gonna take one of these sections off. I'm gonna mix that with the black spinel section, and then maybe over here, I'm gonna go back. I told you I feel like a jewelry designer when I'm creating these looks because I get to actually make it my own. And then maybe I'd go up here and connect it so I have this beautiful alternating look of black and white spinel. And then, I mean, then of course you could have an 80-inch necklace because you've got 2 different necklaces to work with. But it is our Better Than a Black Friday day here at HSN, and all of these special offers do end at midnight. So we have our smart deal for the final show of the visit. We have the 5 flex pay until midnight. That's $24 a month on your major credit card. Those are interest-free monthly installments to make it really easy for you to get home. And then we also are doing this free shipping. This may be, and I can say this with good assurance, this will probably be the only time you see Jay's King entire collection on 5 flex pay and free shipping. Because Jay, you know how rare that is. It's rare that we do that with anything here at HSN, but this is the weekend we really want you to reserve either holiday gifts for yourself or want you to treat yourself, and really make sure that you're taking a moment to really think about what it is that you're looking for in your jewelry wardrobe, or maybe you're shopping for a loved one. Maybe you don't know what length of necklace they like. Jay, this would be perfect because you could gift this to a friend or loved one, and you could say, Mom, I don't know if you want to wear it as a choker or a medium length, or if you want the bracelets, or if you want the long necklace, but they could decide how they want to wear it.
Yeah, I just want to point something out. Okay, so Victoria right now, right?
Yeah.
She's wearing it a 7th way. So she just wore it as a 40-inch and then looped it over as a choker, right? So there's even that is a different way you can wear it. You can wear it, you can twist it, you do a tour Scott. You can take the magnets because the magnets are so strong, you can actually loop it and you just put them together and they'll stick together. So that's another way you can wear. I mean, there's just so much versatility in this design. I'm telling you, when you get it, you will sit there and play with it forever and ever. If you can get more than one and the colors, you know, and here again, it's just the colors you want to mix. But think about all the different ways that you can put them together. You can play with them. You can mix, match. It's just something that's fun. It's interesting. And it's something, especially later on, if you travel. And this is a great design if you're traveling and you want to take something on the road. This would be something where you can think of all the different looks that you're taking by just taking that one design. You get all those different looks.
So remember, all you have to do is choose moonstone, black spinel. You've got that beautiful pink thulite, and you also have the amethyst. So here's a quick update. Black spinel, the most popular. If you want the moonstone, how many do we have left now in the moonstone? We have 150 remaining. If you do want that moonstone, I recommend, if you can, definitely get the black spinel because that's so gorgeous and decadent. And then maybe add one of your fun fashion colors, or maybe it's the stone that's speaking to you today. You get one necklace, you get endless possibilities, and an incredible value. We also have matching earrings for you. So let me make these available for you. They're also done in the same great, gorgeous, all natural gemstones. There is the black spinel. There's that beautiful moonstone. There's the pink thulite. And over here, I'm sorry, that's the black spinel there. This one is the amethyst. I'm looking at them upside down and backwards. So there's the amethyst, that beautiful deep rich purple. Those are only $67.50. So that's why I think today is a wonderful opportunity buy for you because of all the interest-free monthly payments and the free shipping. And one necklace that just works wonders for your wardrobe. Highly, highly recommended. I mean, that's what I call a Better Than a Black Friday deal at HSN. I'm so excited you're watching. They are over half gone. So if you're even thinking about that smart deal, I hope you can treat yourself today. You always have extended holiday returns as well. We just want you to try it out, get it home, and see if it isn't everything that we say it is. So let's dive into Hubei next. And if you're brand new to Mine Finds, I can't wait for you to hear the story of Hubei turquoise. This is a turquoise that was not mined yesterday. It wasn't mined 10 years ago or even 20 years ago. This is an antique vintage turquoise that was mined in the 70s. This is a very special, very rare, highly collectible, and highly sought after turquoise that comes from Jay King's personal private collection. And he has slowly but surely been developing that private collection into some spectacular pieces that you will only find here at HSN. And so let me give you a full tour. We have an all handmade, handcrafted necklace for you. This is brand new today. The necklace is $163.27. They're all on 5 flexible payments, and they're all on free shipping. Look at the beauty of these stones. You will see an incredible array of beads. They're all strung in this graduated silhouette. So they start off small and they get to these nice big sizes down below, from a 5mm to an 18mm. Do you see how beautiful that gemstone is? They each have their own little unique fingerprint. Blues and greens and blacks and browns. That's what makes it so special, so instantly recognizable. We do have a matching stretch bracelet for you. You've got matching stud earrings. But let's talk turquoise with the king of turquoise here at HSN, the Hubei turquoise. Jay King, what a wonderful, wonderful opportunity. I know your Hubei never lasts very long, but I'm so glad we have something brand new to share with everyone tonight.
Well, you know, this is a vintage, it's an antique turquoise, but it's one of the top 5 most collectible, probably, turquoises in the world. I can't tell you how special this is. You just don't see it. It's one of the turquoises that if you have it in your collection, anybody who actually knows turquoise will recognize it right away. Hubei turquoise doesn't look like any other turquoise. I mean, there are things that it mimics, like landers, really high end. There are certain ones that you can get that actually look like other really highly collectible, crazy prices. But when you see something like this and you see it all together, there's anybody who knows anything about turquoise will instantly recognize that this is Hubei. It's up there just like Sleeping Beauty. It's up there. It's highly, highly valuable, highly collectible, extremely rare. All of this material that you're seeing here in this necklace, this was all mined in the late 70s, early 80s. And then that's it. It was shut down. You cannot get this material. It is not available. The only reason that we even have this is about 4 years ago now. I have to keep counting back. We were able to buy, through a friend of mine, through his family, his uncle, and his family, they were the original owners and the miners that mined the Hubei. His uncle, who was at that time in his mid-80s, had his private stash that he had put away, and nobody even knew it was there. Now, I will tell you this with miners, and I've got miners on my mother's side of the family. This is my friend right there. That's Simon, and that's with his American partner at the time. That's actually in Phoenix, Arizona. They're the ones, Simon is the one, he represented the Chu family, and he brought this. They market it. This is actually, it's a China story, but it's actually an American story. It's a phenomenal, phenomenal story. It's this was the first turquoise that came out of China. There are some of the original founders. There's Simon at the Hubei mine. And those 2 gentlemen right there are still alive today. They're still in the business. And they were the ones that actually, it was American miners from Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico, and Colorado that went and actually developed all of this. They not only showed them how to mine it, they showed them how to grade it, sort it, they showed them how to cut it, and they showed them and then they provided the market for it, and we brought it to the market. The samples that I show of this, that's actually the mine. The mine's closed. As a Westerner, even the Chinese cannot go to that mine. This is all closed. Back in that valley, if you go through those 2 red doors right there, you go back into the mine shafts. These pictures were taken about 4 years ago. When Simon got invited, he was invited. That's the red door that goes into the shaft. That's all locked up. He was invited that's him today. That was 4 years ago. That's Kelly, his youngest brother. Then there's Simon next to him in the red shirt. That's Kelly. Then there's Dennis, the older brother. And then the one on the end is the nephew. And it was his uncle. It's Simon's uncle, but that's his father that actually had this material. Now, that being said, we were able to get it. We did a Today special. It blew out. So all of the Hubei that you've been seeing since that December TS 3 years ago is the material that I had left over. Now, I'm telling everybody this, okay? This is it. This is the last of the material. This is the last new design. I also, well, I shouldn't say that. There's one in December coming up, but then there is no new designs. There are no new designs in 2021. I've already written almost through May. I just want to show everybody that these are my original samples. These are my samples from the 70s. I like to have these in my specimen case. And this is what I used to take around when I was selling the rough turquoise. These were my original samples. And this is what makes this so unique and so different. This is one of the most collectible turquoises in the world. But if you want this in your collection, I don't know of anybody else that has this. We didn't have any for over 10 years. Mm-hmm. We've done all kinds of things where we've done buying programs, gone to the mining community, picked up bits and pieces. This is a huge, huge necklace. We used up all the material. Yeah. But if you want Hubei and you want it in your collection, this is the time. I've got this, and I believe there's one more design that's in December. I'm pretty sure there's one design. I will guarantee you, I've already written, like I said, I've already written the first half of next year. I know there's absolutely none. And guess what? I know there'll be none from there on out, because guess what? You can't cut designs when you don't have the material. This is the end of the material.
I'm so glad everyone is watching. Jay, let me just jump in, because I don't want anyone to miss out on this spectacular opportunity. The other wonderful thing is today we have the bracelet and the earrings. So even if you already own a Hubei necklace, you want to add to your collection, we have a few to go around in the stretch bracelet and the earrings. The bracelet is gorgeous. It's nice and stretchy. So we've got about 100 bracelets left. We're going to say last call. Really fits most wrist sizes up to about a 7.5 inch, and then plus it gives you lots of stretch. If you want to grab the earrings, these are nice, big 12mm studs. They are not small. They're set in solid sterling silver. They've got the clutch backs. Those are also available for you. But if you want some of the last remaining rough, if you want one of the last Hubei turquoise opportunity buys of this year, and again, we don't anticipate any coming in the full half of 2021. Today's your day, and you know what? It couldn't be a better time, because you know what else is happening today? 5 flexible payments and free shipping on everything. That ends at midnight. If there's even one of these necklaces tomorrow, you might be able to lock it in at the feature price, but you won't get the 5 flex pay and the free shipping. I know that's really important to you. Let me also mention this quickly. There is an extender on the back of the necklace. It's all solid sterling silver. It's 18 inches in length, and you also have that nearly 3 inches of additional chain links. You can really customize the look. If you see the size, if you see the presence, if you understand the history of a rare vintage antique turquoise necklace, that will be one of your most prized collections that you will own. It will become really an heirloom piece. This will be something that you pass down from generation to generation. No one else has it. It's instantly recognizable. I think you're gonna fall head over heels in love with that mysterious combination of colors. I just put it on against my green dress, and it's just one of the most jaw-dropping, beautiful necklaces you'll ever have the opportunity to do today with Mine Finds. Look at that, isn't that spectacular? I can't wait for you to get this home. And again, you always have till the end of January to make your final decision, but I want you to see this in person. So congratulations, everybody. I think it's nearly half gone now. It could be our only presentation, and then it will be spoken for, so make sure you reserve yours. I invite you to place your order online or at hsn.com, and then come with me. Woo, we got something really cool I want to show you, and this is another fabulous find. It's here today, the royal blue turquoise and gem jewelry set. Look at the color of this. Look at our incredible combination. Look at how amazing this is. 5 free-form stations. Each one is a royal blue turquoise, and it's inlaid at the center of black chalcedony. It's this really cool, striking look. I love that color combination. And of course, it has the extender on the back. It's all royal blue turquoise, black chalcedony. It's really amazing. I mean, just a work of art. We'll have matching earrings for you as well. But check out the entire collection. We'll be back. Can't wait to tell you what's coming up next, and it might be just what you're looking for. Don't go away.
'Tis the season to be a VIP. Use your HSN card to get the best deals on gifts for everyone. Enjoy extra flex on beauty, fashion, and jewelry gifts all season long. Plus 12-month VIP financing on select items $3.99 and up, and at least 8 VIP savings events a year. Plus, the HSN card has no annual fee. Not a card member? Apply now and instantly get $20 off when you're approved. Visit hsn.com/HSN card or call 1-800-695-1418 for details.
Worry about one less thing with our Protection Plus plans at HSN. Electronics, fitness equipment, even jewelry can be covered. Shop smart and protect your purchase. It's easy to add when you're checking out. Search Protection Plus at hsn.com for more details.
Okay, so I'm not gonna be shy about it. I like to eat. I'm a real foodie. And I'm telling you, we've got some tasty foods, and they've all been curated just for you. Grab a seat and join us. Good Eating with me every Monday at 5 p.m.
Okay, I'm doing something that I truly, really love, and that is introducing a brand new turquoise, an exclusive mine find from high in the Andes Mountains of Chile. This is probably one of the most incredible mine finds in turquoise over the past 20 years. It's a standard high blue, robin's egg, clear blue material that we have a total exclusive on, and we're getting it to bring it to you as a today's special.
That was a little sneak peek. I hope you're watching. Welcome back. I'm Sarah. We're here with Mine Finds and the one and only Jay King. He goes into the mines, so we don't have to. He actually gives us that direct source. We can get some of the most beautiful, some of the most rare and exotic gemstones in the world. And coming up, Yellow Mountain Stone Jasper. This is such a beautiful stone. Come on in and take a look. This is not a small stone, by the way. You are getting some big, chunky, bold selection, some big slabs, giant slabs of stones with these beautiful multicolor combinations of tan and caramel and sort of a creamy color and almost like a gray color. Isn't this beautiful? It's all handcrafted for you. It's an all natural stone. It hasn't been treated or enhanced. It's a brand new mine find for 2020. It's all set for you with this beautiful beaded necklace that goes all the way around to a solid sterling silver finding at the back. Fabulous polished finish on that sterling silver hook closure. Gives you a little extra extender there so you can adjust the size beautifully. But look at how it lies on the neckline. Look at how extraordinary that is. We also have some matching earrings if you want to add those to your order. But the special opportunity by today is that we have a brand new low sale price on the necklace, brand new low sale price on the earrings, lowest prices we've ever offered. And then with 5 flex pay and free shipping, you can have an absolute blast getting this home for just a fraction of the price. So Jay, take us away. Where are we going to find Yellow Mountain Stone Jasper?
Well, you know, this actually, it comes from Brazil. As far as I know, we're the only people that have it. And this is really kind of what I do. It's what I kind of live for, which is, it makes it, what we do very fun, is where you can always be guaranteed that when you shop with us, if you watch us during any event, you're always going to see something that you're never going to see anyplace else. And this is a perfect example. This comes from Yellow Mountain. They name, that's what they name it. Okay, Yellow Mountain. And so it's really funny because when you call it Yellow Mountain, then everybody always thinks that the material is going to be bright yellow or something. You know what I mean? That's just the location. This is it's a naturally occurring jasper. It's unique to the fact that just like any jasper or any agate, for people who aren't aware of this, it's exclusive to that deposit. So there are no 2 jaspers that are identical. You won't find this color or this particular jasper anywhere else in the world. It only comes from that one deposit, that one location. That's how all jaspers are. That's how all agates are also. It's because it's how they're created. They cannot be created the same, you know, anywhere else. There's only that one deposit, that one site. And this is kind of exciting. It's a brand new mine find. It's a brand you never even see. Now, did we go to Brazil just to go and get Yellow Mountain? No. I mean, you're there, you're working. That's what kind of makes it fun. Is all the stories you can tell about this. we were putting an emerald deal together. And then also we ended up getting morganite on that trip. There were numerous things. I got some neon apatite on that trip. And this was one of the materials that we found when we were there. And this is Yellow Mountain. As far as I know, this is its debut. It's nobody else. As far as I know, we're the only ones that have ever actually bought the rough material and actually made it into jewelry. So it's just something that's fun, it's unique, it's different. If you like to have things and collect things that are different that nobody else is gonna have, I guarantee you can't go to any jewelry shop. There's no jeweler you can go to. If you go to Tucson and you go into the world's largest gem and mineral show, there won't even be anybody in Tucson, I'm pretty sure, that would even know about this material or know anything about it or
gorgeous.
even have a specimen.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
It's so pretty.
And it's so unique, it's so different. Every one of them is different.
Yeah, no two stones will be exactly alike. And it's all these neutrals. So it'll go with everything. It'll go with your tans, your creams, your yellows, your grays, your blacks, beautifully polished front and back. That's on sale today. Be sure to add on the matching earrings. You can read the great rave reviews on our website at hsn.com. And we're also streaming live on HSN's Facebook page. So if you want to come hang out with us and join the party, join the fun, say hello. Janice is here. Seal is here, Noni is here, Pammy is here, Julie is here, Karen and Bertie and John and Kim and Deb. Thank you so much for joining me, because it's going to be such a fun night of J. King's incredible mine finds. Are you ready for something brand new? Something you have never seen before. We're going to debut right here and right now. This is a beautiful blue Carnival stone. This is a brand new mine find from Brazil. Look at all the gorgeous shades of blue. If you could capture the depths of the ocean, if you could take a picture of one of the most beautiful starry nights with the full moon, if you want to capture those deep blues and puffy clouds all in one beautiful stone, this would be it. Look at the blues, the whites, the blacks. It's a beautiful necklace. It's a graduated design. Starts with 6mm gemstones around the top, and they graduate in size to these nice big 20mm stones. And then if you look at the back, it does come with that fabulous sterling silver extender for you. You can add on the matching earrings. Those are a nice big size, by the way. Check out those. Those are 16mm stones. Also bezel set in solid sterling silver. But it's a brand new mine find. You won't find it anywhere else. So let's go to Jay and let's go to Brazil, shall we, Jay?
Okay, and this on the same trip. we got this. Now I have to tell you something. Okay, when you go, I've been doing this for 44 years. 44. I know I don't look that old, right? But I started very young. No, I didn't. I actually started later. But I'm just telling you, when you go out into the world, and you've been doing this as long as I've been doing it, and then you think you've seen it all, there's nothing else that I'm going to find. You're not going to ever see anything new. I mean, you've been there, you've seen it, you've done it. And then you go on a trip like this, and you find, on this one, we found at least, I think there were 3 or 4 brand new mine finds, plus we got emerald, things that we had never ever done before. So the whole trip was nothing but new. We didn't get anything during that trip that we had actually bought before. I mean, it was all new materials, incredible trip. And this was one of them. But that just goes to show you on this, just because we find it, doesn't mean that tomorrow you're going to see a design. And, it takes forever from the time that you actually go to source. Sometimes they don't even have it out of the ground. But in this case, they did have it out of the ground. They didn't have it all out of the ground. They still had some to mine. We put it together. It takes a whole journey, a whole complete journey, before it finally gets to an area where we can actually pick it up. We can take it to our lapidary shops, and we can actually work it when it comes time to work it. But even when it arrives at the lapidary shop, there's a whole process that takes months to sort it, to grade it, to size it, to do everything. And then it goes into design mode. And then we take the material, we look at it, and then each material is unique and it's different in its own right. And then you try to look at that and decide, what is the best way to feature this? What is the best way that I could really present this material? And then you do that, and then we make one sample, we bring it to our lovely buyer, and then we go from there and be able to, it's a long process, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Light speed for us is we have the material at 6 months. Something like this is over a 2-year project.
Wow, years
so
in the
you're
making.
looking at 2 years from the time that we actually saw it, maybe even going, actually right now I'm thinking this is November. This year's gone by really fast.
And you know what, look, I love the
almost
size
3
of the
years.
stones, Jay. Look at
Yeah,
how,
look at
how
this.
big.
And you know what? I did this on a purpose, to have something big and bold and very contemporary, very simple. I didn't want to go over the top with it, you know, but I just wanted just a nice high polish. And I think that this is the best way to present it.
Oh, it turned out beautifully, by the way. So it's 18 inches in length. You can extend it for another, 2 3/4 inches if necessary. A lot of you are getting this one very, very early. So I would hate for you to miss out on this. It really is a fabulous price. We don't really speak to the price much during our Mind Find show because I often get carried away and forget to emphasize that what you're looking at when you watch Mind Finds with Jay King, this is not a simulated stone. This is not fashion jewelry. And you can find plenty of fashion jewelry necklaces out there for about $100. But what you don't find is all genuine gemstones, not just any gemstones, but these rare and beautiful and all natural stones. These aren't treated, these aren't dyed, these aren't enhanced. You get this beautiful color, exactly as Mother Nature intended. And so you get something that is raw, that is earthy, that comes right from the earth, and you really feel like you're wearing something special. I mean, look at those blues. How cool is this? I could see this with your denim, I could see this with your jeans, I could see this with just a beautiful turtleneck sweater, whether you're wearing grays or camel tones or even a hint of brown. You could also wear this with color like a yellow or a red or a cranberry or a crisp white blouse. This is going to be so dreamy and soothing, that blue color. So I don't want you to miss out on it. If you love it, the other great reason to shop today is that we rarely, if ever, get to do this during a Jay King visit. 5 flex pay and free shipping. That really does add up to some big, big savings, whether you're shopping for yourself or for a loved one. So do take advantage. That all ends at midnight. And that's why I would hate for you to miss out on not only a great value on a brand new necklace, but also the chance to space out your payments over the next 5 months. I know we're all on a budget, and if this can help you out, you've got, let's see, all of November, December, January, February, March. You have until March to pay this off. You have until the end of January to even decide if you want to keep it. So that's the wonderful thing about our extended holiday returns. We want to be really sure that you love it, and we have all the confidence that you will, and that's why we give you until the end of January to make your final decision. But get it home, try it on, take this out of the box, and then hold it up to your neckline, look in the mirror. Jay, I've never seen such a beautiful collection of every shade of blue. It's just so dreamy.
Well, you know, and here again, you know, that's why I bring the rough material. Of course, I've cut and polished this. I mean, I make these, I'm now into my specimen mode. So like with all of my materials, what I do is I cut my specimens. Usually what I do is I take the rough and then I'd make my specimens for my specimenscapes. Later, I have my own lapidary shot, and you know, that's kind of part of the fun of what I do. But in this case, I'm now a lot of, when we do the materials, I go ahead and cut the specimens at the same time, because this is one of those items that will be in my specimen case that down the road, like so many of my specimens now, I'll be walking down these long rows of specimens that I have, and I'll remember when I got that. And then that's the only time you'll see it. This is something, and here again, these are Mind Finds. Okay, this isn't something that you're gonna see that we'll go out and do again, or will probably be able ever to obtain again. But this is also, if you like things that are highly collectible, just fun items that you're not gonna see out there in the market.
Oh, we only have a few hundred left.
That likes unique things.
Yes, thank you, Jay. I'm sorry to jump in. We're running out of time on that one. But you're right. If you love unique things and you love a great value, look no further. We only have 500 left in the necklace and the earrings. So that's over half gone. So make sure that you're reserving yours. Now, if you had a chance to spy the cuff bracelet that I've been wearing over the last 40 minutes or so, go ahead and take a look. And it will be your last look at one of the most incredible Russian emerald, chrome diopside, multi-stone cuffs we've ever offered. And we certainly have never done it at a clearance price like this. With 5 flex pay and free shipping, go ahead and take a look. It's only $99.95. You can get it home for $20. We're gonna take care of shipping and handling. And look at the size of these stones. This is a very rare chrome diopside. Rarely see them in this size, rarely see them with this intense forest green color. You've got that brilliant, spectacular array of sterling silver. That's all precious metal. It's like 3 bracelets in one. It tapers, it wraps all the way around the back of your wrist. You got nice big checkerboard stones. Those are all 10 by 8 millimeters. They're fully faceted. Look how beautiful they are. So you have a statement piece, you have a collector's item, and you will absolutely love that rustic and bold and rare and unique addition to your wardrobe. It looks like emerald. This is just an incredible find. There's no way on earth we'll ever be able to repeat this offer. There's no way you could even find the rough for this price. So I'm just so thrilled for you. I think there are still 2 sizes remaining. Let me double check. We have what we're calling small medium, and then we have one that we're calling medium large. It is adjustable. You can give it a little squeeze, and it's all handcrafted for you. So small medium, that fits up to about a 6 3/4 inch wrist. Medium large fits up to about a 7 3/4 inch wrist. But it is just a little hidden gem, pun intended, in the show. And for our final 300 remaining, I just would love for you to scoop that up. It's about 50% off. So that is why you've got to watch every single hour of Mine Finds here with Jay King. We're going to talk Tiger's Eye next. Oh, this is a really, really cool look. I love Tiger's Eye. I've always been a fan of this gemstone. There's something mysterious about it. There's something remarkable about it, something extraordinary, because there really is no other gemstone like it. So come on in and take a look. We have the necklace. We also have the pair of earrings if you want to add those to your order. But you are getting some of the finest Tiger's Eye in the world. Look at the color. You see this beautiful sort of golden combination of tawny browns and sort of a beautiful sable brown, a chestnut brown, a root beer brown, and then you've got this deeper brown shade and these wonderful golden hues. So it's almost like it's winking at you, that chatoyancy that captures the light. There's a really spectacular property to this gemstone. We'll tell you all about it. Different sizes and shapes of the beads. They're faceted. You've got barrels. You've got these beautiful elongated freeform beads. You've got the rondelles that wrap all the way around the back. And then you've got that little extender as well. So anywhere between 18 and almost 22 inches are the options for the length. And it's on sale today. I don't think we've ever done this at the sale price of $99 and change. So a great time to jump in. And let's talk Tiger's Eye, Jay. This is a fascinating gemstone, isn't it?
Well, it's not only just a fascinating gemstone, it's got a fascinating history with me, okay? And here's the cool thing, let me see if I can show you. This is a specimen of Tiger's Eye, okay? Do you see how it sparkles? It's gleaming. Do you see that? That's what they call chatoyant. And it's the cat's eye effect. That's all natural. Do you see how that sparkles and gleams? And when you cut it, here's a funny, you know, like every time I sell this material, this comes out of Namibia. Now that's my source for Tiger's Eye, is Namibia. There is a small a deposit of tiger iron, which is similar, it's in different colors, that I get out of Australia. But as far as Tiger's Eye, the best in the world comes out of these deposits that in Namibia that I get my material. It comes in 4 different colors. This is the gold color, and probably one of the more popular. This and the blonde are the most popular that you can get in Tiger's Eye. Here's the cool thing with this, though. You know, every material always has memories and stories. When I first got Tiger's Eye, you couldn't export it out of Namibia unless it was in a finished product. So you couldn't take the rough material out. So we used to buy the biggest things that we could get. We would buy ashtrays, bookends. We would have things cut like massive things out of the Tiger's Eye. We would have everything like finished Buddhas, whatever we could get, right? That's how we would buy it. Of course, we weren't buying any big volume at that time. And you would buy all these statues. And the people used to walk into our shop, and here we'd be cutting up a Buddha, or cutting up a giraffe or cutting up a bucket or an ashtray. We would be actually, you know, they're going, what are you doing? And that was the only way that we could get the material out. And so that's how we first started putting it in our designs. And of course, you know, we were very small back then, and it was really cool. And people didn't have tiger's eye. When we first started doing it in the 70s, I mean, people just hadn't even seen it, and they knew nothing about it. So every time I do anything in tiger's eye, I always think of how my relationship with tiger's eye started.
Well, I think
cool?
if you
Look at
don't
these
already
beads.
have
And
a
here again,
relationship
these are all
with
custom
tiger's
cut.
eye. They really are. They're so beautiful. And I'm glad you cut up all the Buddhas and the giraffes for us, because this is a lot more wearable. And this is one that...
I wish I had pictures of that, you know, of actually...
Me too, Jay.
Or pictures of the people's face when they would walk in. And you would be cutting up a beautiful piece of art, really, and you're cutting it up into cabochons and cutting it... Mainly back then, we were just cutting cabochons, not beads.
But
we
you
were
did
cutting
it.
into
You did it for
cabochons.
us. You did it for us, Jay, and that's what we love about you. He literally goes to the ends of the earth to bring you these gemstones. And if you're wondering why can't I find that out there at retail? Well, Jay King is exclusive to us. He goes into the mines, he goes into the caves, he goes directly to the source, so we don't have to. And that way, he can cut out the middleman. These are gemstones. These are incredible designs. You're not going to find anywhere, and if you do, you won't find them anywhere near these prices. So I really hope you treat yourself. It is such a spectacular day to do a little Mind Find shopping with 5 flex pay on everything, free shipping on everything. Do know that ends tonight. So I highly invite you to place your order early. Go online to hsn.com. The smart deal, we're going to talk about that again in just a few moments. But first, I want to talk about this beautiful new Hubei. It might be one of your last Hubei turquoise looks of the year. And I will tell you, it's going to be the only one we do on 5 flex pay and free shipping, because that is like the biggest value that we're offering of the year. It's just for this weekend. Look at the size, look at the presence. This is the last remaining rough of Jay's private collection. It's a rare vintage turquoise that was mined decades ago. So you have like a true collector's item. You have something that very few women in the world will ever have the opportunity to own. You'll be able to add this to your collection. It's been prized for years, and it really is one of the most sought after and one of the most desired sources of turquoise in the world. There's nothing else like it. It's instantly recognized. It has this beautiful, unique fingerprint. It has this wonderful array of colors and patterns. It really is just gorgeous. And to know that you can get it here today, looks like the bracelet sold out. Congratulations. But we do have the earrings for you, and we have the necklace. We have about 500 in each, and that's all we have. I would love for you to get that highly collectible turquoise home. So a wonderful opportunity buy. And isn't that so pretty? I love the way it looked. I was wearing green today. Looks great with green, looks great with denim, looks great with yellow, looks great with red, looks great with a vibrant orange. Really, the possibilities are endless. Now, we've got one more hour together, so don't go anywhere. We'll have another look at this really cool smart deal that I'm wearing. You'll have another look here of the gorgeous Victoria wearing this Hubei turquoise. So coming up next hour, I've got green moss agate and so much more. Don't go away.
Food has always been my passion, but the truth is, even in the world's best kitchens, the tools can really make or break a chef. That's why I've developed this incredible, innovative line for HSN. It makes the prep easy, and it also makes the cooking a whole lot of fun. From my kitchens to your tables. Let's turn the everyday into gourmet.
We love our gemstones to be beautiful, colorful, and durable. That's why we give some of them a little more love. Enhancements may require special care and may not be permanent, while others may last a lifetime. For more information, visit hsn.com and search Gemstone to see our Gemstone Enhancement Chart.
cool are those videos like wild horses running through the desert, camels, and that's Jay King. That's Jay King. He's the pilot. He's our resident rock hound. He is our master designer. He brings us the gorgeous Mind Find collection. He's been doing it for decades. We've got a second hour. It is the last hour of the visit, so welcome in. I'm so glad you're here. I'm Sarah.